Hello friends, today I am going to start about second part of the discussion of services provided by bank, and the first topic for today is NEFT NIFT. NEFT is a short form for one kind of the electronic transfer system, National Electronic Fund Transfer. Last time we have discussed about RTGS, a real time gross settlement. Both are electronic fund transfer. Remember, both are electronic fund transfer methods. But one small difference is between that. RTGS is possible for 2 lakhs and more than that, and NEFT is possible up to 2 lakhs. Is that clear? Remember, generally for our routine transfer methods, I repeat, for our routine transfer methods, RTGS and NEFT both are most trustworthy because it is possible only between banks. One is the sender's bank and other is the receiver's bank. See, there are so many money transfer methods these days. Google Pay, Phone Pay, MobiKwik, Paytm, and the UPI. So many. There are not a single way of. But generally, for trustworthy electronic fund transfer, NEFT and RTGS both are easy. So remember one thing. We need to keep in our mobile or on the internet, carry beneficiaries' name with their bank's name, the receiver's bank account number, and receiver's bank's IFSC code. We have already last time discussed IFSC code is given by IDRBT. So this is a 11-digit alphanumeric code given to different banks, and this IFSC code is used for fund transfer from our bank to others bank, right? So on this basis, on the use of IFSC code and the account number, in these days account numbers are 11 digit, 12 digit, 13 digit, 15 digit are possible. So there is not a restriction on it. Remember. Okay. So NEFT is a one kind of method for transferring money. Actually, both banks are required to be Indian bank. In that case, NEFT is possible. Means here the full form is already explaining its status. National Electronic Fund Transfer means it is only possible between Indian banks in the Indian boundary, not out of India, right? So NEFT is possible between NEFT member banks. Yes, here you have to remember, only between NEFT member banks. There is a one membership group has been made for NEFT, that I am saying. Okay, NEFT is a type of payment, I have already said, as like RTGS, and it is established for online money transfer method. IFSC code is used also in NEFT and RTGS both. IFSC code is used, right? Generally, we need this basic essential code. Okay, in this system means fund transfer. NEFT has no minimum limit, means start by 1 rupee up to exceed limit 2 lakhs, not more than that, right? Okay, it means 2 lakh is the borderline. You can use for a specific amount. I am saying 2 lakhs. RTGS is also possible. I repeat, by 2 lakh RTGS starts, right? So remember, on the NEFT the exceed limit is 2 lakh and RTGS start by 2 lakhs and more than that. That is the point I want to say, right? Okay. RBI is medium for doing both side transaction. RBI is setting the transaction on hourly basis in this system. If money is credited in the receiver's account on the same day or within 48 hours. So I use the word hourly basis. Okay, means 24 hours to the 48 hours the money will be transferred. But in the present day, the UPI is more useful. It is a different topic, so I am not merging both the points together, remember. But just I am saying UPI is more easy because you are using only your registered mobile number with your bank account for transferring the money through so many ways: Google Pay, Phone Pay and Paytm. You can do it. In this system, the transaction is settled batch wise, different net settlement DNS. Maximum 10 transactions in one batch. Batch means in a one group of the transactions are done on hourly basis and in 10 transactions one batch it is done. Okay, now let us discuss about IFSC code. IFSC code is a 11-digit code, as I have told earlier, and one point you have to remember, that full form of the IFSC, Indian Financial System Code. It means IFSC cannot use in international money transfer. Remember my word. IFSC cannot use international money transfer. So for the international money transfer, we need SWIFT code. SWIFT code. It is for the international fund transfer. Right? Okay. So I have already told that IFSC is combination of alphanumeric digit group of 11. So here sometime commission is also charged if it is decided by the bank, then the commission will be charged from the senders. But in case of inward NEFT, okay, remember IFSC is required for RTGS and NEFT both. But I am saying in case of inward NEFT, means money is coming to us through NEFT method, the receiver has not to pay any commission, right? But for RTGS it is applied. I repeat, in RTGS commission charged from senders as like the NEFT, and on receiver no commission. But if bank decide, then it is applied. But in NEFT and RTGS, as per your bank, today it is not burden on the receiver, but in future if it starts, then they have to pay. Is that clear? But there today it is not applied, right? Okay, now you remember one thing, NEFT is possible only between two member banks of NEFT system. Means here it is very clearly indicated that banks have to join this system, then NEFT or RTGS is possible, not without that. So for both the RTGS and NEFT, bankers have to be member. Different banks have to be member. If they will become member, then it is continued. Otherwise, not possible. Is that clear with you all? Okay. Let's continue to discuss. The next service is overdraft service. So remember here, overdraft is a one kind of the loan, because in current account, if the person is having good banking transaction status, then bank will allow them for up to specific limit the overdraft service will given to them. Here the credit balance in his account, the bank will ask to put to the account holders. Means the credit balance will be used as a guarantee after taking overdraft. Suppose anybody has taken overdraft of 1 lakh. Generally, in current account, banks are asking specific minimum account, maybe 5,000, maybe 10,000. So these 5,000 or 10,000 are considered to be credit balance. So if their balance reduced up to 10,000, and if they have taken overdraft, then this 10,000 will become credit balance, and bank will give them additional whatever the overdraft limit is decided by bank. By seeing the account holders banking transaction, they will decide the limit for overdraft, and bank will give them facility, withdraw the money, right? The businessman, only the businessman or the enterprise may get overdraft on self guarantee or securities as a guarantee of other. So I have already said in the beginning of the topic that this is a one kind of the loan, because here security and guarantee is applied. Now you can ask me question that why, sir? Why the securities are taken? See, when bank is allowing you to withdraw the money more than the balance level, then what is it? It is a bank's supporting facility to you. But at that time, the problem may arise that the supporting facility has been used by us. But what about? What about the future? Is it sure that the money will come back? Generally, everybody is honest. But in case of one or two account holders have not done properly, then the bank will not sure about everyone. So to make surety of coming money back to them, it is asked by bank to the every account holder in the current account that when you are coming to take overdraft must come with the security or the guarantee. So the money is sure, become sure to come back to the bank. So in that case, this is called one kind of loan. Okay. Here interest is applied. Interest is applied. So the account holder has to pay interest on taking overdraft facility. Generally, this interest is the income of the bank for giving facility, and it is used for the bank's routine day-to-day businesses, right? Okay. Here I discussed the second point today after the NEFT, bank overdraft. It is in short spoken as bank OD. Bank OD. Earlier we discussed about demand draft. So this is another kind of the draft. The demand draft is spoken as in short DD. Right? You have to remember this. Okay. Let us discuss about cash credit. This is a one kind of another loan. The loan provided to businessmen for growth and development of his business considering the stock. See, overdraft and cash credit both are different from each other. You have to understand. Here the word has come considering the stock. In overdraft, the security was the word. So some words are necessary to keep in your mind. Remember. Okay. The business will show the stock and due collection of money. Due means the money which the enterprise or the business has to collect is called cash credit. In this kind of loan, the stock of goods remain under hypothecation of bank. So, bank will say your stock is on lien. Lien means in guarantee. And we are giving you money for your development. It does not mean the stock will remain in the bank's go down. No. If the bank will start to take the stock in the guarantee in the go down, then bank has to hire lots of the go downs because they have so many accounts of the business, and they usually give cash credit on the limits. Here the rate of interest is also applied according to the amount. The money will be used for the development of business, and the time is also decided that for how much time. Okay, remember, the time is the matter for overdraft also and for cash credit also. It is applied to overdraft also, that within how much time you will pay back the money. For that reason, the security and the guarantee has been taken. Thereafter, the guarantor is free. Okay, for the cash credit, the same will apply. The bank will give you money. Right? You have to pay the interest. But within the specific period of time, you have to pay back the money. That is main thing. Okay. The next one I am going to discuss is loan. This is very well known word, loan. This is another main function of bank. First we have discussed received the deposit. Second one is loan. Because the receiver's money, the received deposit will be used to give loan and to get interest. From this taken deposit of the depositors' money, higher interest will be earned from the loan takers. From this higher interest, the bank will pay specific interest to the depositors. So in this whole transaction, if suppose 1 lakh is taken as a deposit for 5 years, 3 years suppose, here bank will do the same 1 lakh as the loan to the person who is taking the loan. Money has been given for specific interest, but here at the time of the loan interest will be more, and at the time of the deposit interest will given some specific less than the earned interest. So the difference between earned interest and the paid interest, the difference will remain with the bank as their income. Right? Okay. The bank provide loan to the clients. Okay, loan is not only applied to specific, but loan will apply to anyone who want to take. It is not burden. It is easy to. For a personal purpose, for these days there are so many types of the loan: educational loan, business loan, vehicle loan, festival loan, personal loan, house loan, so many kind of the loans. And as per the purpose, the interest will applied indifferently. The bank will provide loan to the customers with different interest. Right? Even nowadays, for the furniture also the loan is given. Right? For renovation of the business the loan is given. So this is not a matter. Bank want to see that every person should become happy and well-to-do. So bank is supporting everyone. And for that purpose they are giving us loans. Here there are so many ways of taking loan. If we have already deposited specific deposit, as like 2 lakhs deposit is with the bank, we can take 80% from our deposit. Means suppose we have deposited 2 lakhs in a one deposit, bank will give us 80% of the our deposited amount. Means out of the 2 lakhs, 80% means 1,60,000 will be given to us. So 40,000 will remain additional with the bank. And within the specific limit, 30 month, 36 month, we can pay back and we can make our deposit free. Okay, at that time, bank will do one thing. On our deposit, they are giving us specific interest. And at that time, when we are taking our loan, they will ask specific interest, and the same rule will apply. Their earning interest will be high, then they are paying interest. So there will be the income for the bank. So the bank is always happy to give the loan, but by seeing the capacity of a person who is asking for the loan, they will give limit to take the loan. If the advance is for the long term means if the loan is taken for the long term and the amount repayment is paid fully at a time or in regular specified installments, then it is called loan. I repeat the definition of loan. If the advance is for a long term and amount repayment is paid fully at the time, means today we have taken and we pay back after 36 months. So this is the period. Means we have to repay the loan after 36 months. This is the last period. Or at a regular term installments. Means within this 36 months, our taken 1 lakh. Suppose we have taken 1 lakh rupees as the loan. Then the bank will give specific installments limits that at every month you have to repay these 3,000. Suppose, because we have divided in 36 months. So if they are asking that you have to pay these 3,000 or whatever the amount per month, and you have to finalize your repayment after 36 months. At that time, bank will ask for specific installments with monthly interest. So this monthly interest is the bank's earning. So when we are taking the loan, we have to be sure. If we are taking home loan for 10 years, for 20 lakhs, means our division of the repayment is 2 lakhs per year. But the interest will also applied for every month up to the last payment. Here the interest, if the interest is decided, the interest will be fixed. This amount, it means your loan will become more costly because you have taken 20 lakhs to pay in 10 years, means 120 months you have to repayment, but your interest is applied specific rupees because the counting in percentage, and if it is done, then it is a more costly. So when we are taking loan, we have to be consider the future amount of the property will become what, because interest makes the loan burdensome. That is main thing. Every person who want to take the loan has to think first, right? In order to secure the loan, see, this is the second point we have to understand. In order to secure the loan, the bank will keep specific documents of the immovable property, means your other property. Bank will keep with them as the mortgage. Mortgage is a one kind of the guarantee of the property. The loan is repaid according to the term decided at the time of sanctioning loan. So, see, the term is not sure. As per the situation of the person, the term will be decided. So, it's not a matter. But here, what I am saying is the general explanation. Is that clear? So, we have discussed today NEFT, bank overdraft, cash credit, and the loan. So, the completion of the topic today is services provided by the bank is completed. Okay, my friends?